as strong. They elected to play in the bubble, but they did get many things they wanted. NFL players have the weakest union. It's not that they don't care about social justice. Don't marginalize them. Players can get cut in football. NFL players can just get cut. Tom Brady could have been cut at any point in New England, and you'd suffer a salary cap hit for a year. So, a lot of times, I hear this, again, a lot, that NBA players just care more than everybody else. Well, NBA players are more important. LeBron James literally goes to a team, and they play in the finals, and he leaves a team, and they're horrible. I mean, Kansas City got to the playoffs without Patrick Mahomes. And they won a Super Bowl with him, but they weren't. When Patrick Mahomes gets hurt, you can still win games. Average NFL player, a great player is worth like 4 points a game. Like Russell Wilson, 5 points. LeBron James is the Eastern Conference. He left, the ratings disintegrated. So NFL players live in a different sort of reality, which is they can be cut. They don't have the union strength. And so for them, they may have to... they may have a different ability on their power structure is different. NBA players have a ton of power, a lot of leverage. I mean, I watch NBA games because of players. Like I won't watch 20 of the teams. I watch the 10 teams that have players. I watch Portland because of Dame, and I watch Houston because of Harden and Westbrook, and then I watch the Lakers because of LeBron, and I watch the Clippers because I watch the NFL regardless. As long as you're good, I watch. And so the NBA players, and I'm not discounting their social justice impact or discussions. What I'm saying is even NBA players, they are in business with their owners. Remember, I'm an employee. Joy and I are just employees. NBA players, they are business partners with their owners, as are football and baseball players. So, the NBA players, I think, came to the resolution, and the decision was right. The platform matters, and to give them leverage and power going forward in collective bargaining agreements, they need games. You don't want to hand all you've worked for years back to people who own the teams. You want to have power and leverage and the ability to go, we matter, we're playing. This is a business partnership. And I guess my ultimate point is, the NFL power structure is different. NFL's never been really a players' league in my life. It's kind of been a GM and a coach league. If it's a players' league, it's a quarterback league, right? Like Lamar Jackson plays, Baltimore wins. Flacco at the end plays, they lose. So you have quarterbacks that have power, and it should be noted, if Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, 7 or 8 real powerful players in the NFL said, we don't want to play, then you'd have an issue. The powerful players in the NBA, we all know LeBron has power. LeBron, in fact, I was reading a quote this morning when we were going back and forth on, are we going to play in the bubble? Remember LeBron had a quote or a tweet where he said, I think we should play. And Patrick Beverley came out that day and said, LeBron says we're playing, we're playing. That's understood in the NBA. That Michael Jordan kind of carried the torch for the league. He mattered more. LeBron matters more. And LeBron changed his mind from not playing to let me think about it to playing. And now we're playing. So the powerful players in all these sports have really the impact. They're the driving force. But I don't think it's fair to criticize NFL players and say they don't care as much about the social justice. The power structure is different. They do not quite have the power of NBA players. NBA players have more power because they should. I mean, literally, the commissioner of the NBA, Adam Silver, did not like Kevin Durant going to Golden State. It's almost like the league conceded, they're going to win the championship. That doesn't happen in the NFL. You could give 5 good players to Russell Wilson. Doesn't guarantee anything. So, I do always appreciate the social stands of NBA players, but they do have more power. They do have a stronger union. They should have more power. And I do think that's part of it. I think the power structure of all these sports is totally different. Listen, Major League Baseball wanted the players to play in a bubble. And the players said, nah, we're not doing that. And the commissioner knew the players' union is more powerful. Change and want change. Ask yourself, why are you so afraid of it? What is it, that thing that scares you? Because we know we live in an imperfect union. We know we don't have all the answers. And so Adam Silver and Roger Goodell, let's be fair, have both been very good at adapting. Roger Goodell decided, I'm going to host the draft in my basement. A lot of people pushed back. NFL a couple years ago in the Super Bowl said, no, those non-catches, they're catches. We're going to change for the Super Bowl. Remember the Philadelphia Patriot game? Roger Goodell isn't as beloved, probably because he has so much power in the NFL, isn't as beloved as Adam Silver. But when I think of both of them, I think they're good adapters, good evolvers, good changers, rules, they listen. I had Roger Goodell on the show one time, and I said, I think you were here, and I said, yeah, I hate this rule. It's terrible. It's bad for your sport. Makes me mad. And he's like, on the air, he's like, yeah, I don't think it's very good. We're going to have meetings on that. I agree with you. I think it's terrible. Commissioners who are rigid don't do that. And so why are you struggling with all this change? Because there's a lot of change this year. And the people, the restaurants, the players, the businesses, the agents that are adapting and evolving are doing quite well. You're seeing all sorts. Silicon Valley has done, the stock market's actually surprisingly high right now. And the companies that are adapting, the Apples and the tech companies and the Oracles that are adapting to all these changes are actually doing quite well. So, maybe it's not about yelling at people who want change and demand change. Maybe it's about asking ourselves why we are so reluctant to change. And with that, B.J. Armstrong, our friend, 3 NBA rings. He is, of course, a managing partner for a Wasserman Media Group, and he is now joining us live. I said last night when it first came out, I thought, you know what? I need to soak this in and think about it. And then I went to Twitter and I